affordable housing, what's the price range of affordable housing, or is there any?
They're still trying to get that the information from the manufacturers.
Okay, so there'll be manufactured homes on permanent foundation?
That is correct.
Okay, and each property owner would own their individual lot and
That is correct.
the manufactured home?
Yes. The developer's intent really is to keep the houses as affordable as possible. Right now, the market here in Imperial County is really sub 200,000. It's very difficult to build a stick house for that price. The savings by having them pre-manufactured would allow the project to be somewhere close to the desired target selling points.
Yeah. Has there been any kind of marketing study done, or will there be done to see if there's demand for housing, that type of housing, and at that location?
The initial economic study done for the Gateway Specific Plan indicated that due to the job creation in the area, that there would be a need for approximately 1,200 to, I believe, 2,000 housing units.
That was, what study was that?
That was the economic impact study that was done with the original specific plan.
So that was, what, 92 or?
I want to say it was 95.
And I'm assuming the ERA is going to look at the impacts on the adjoining agricultural land?
That is correct.
Okay. And will it also well, I guess it won't make, will it make comments as far as whether this is going to induce urban sprawl in an agricultural area? Does it make a judgment as that's something that you have to take from what's...
By its very nature, all development induces growth. Whether it's the industrial, commercial project that's already been approved, it creates jobs, it creates a need for housing for employees. Any development, any residential development creates a need for commercial opportunities, shopping opportunities for the residents, and it's just part of the nature of the beast.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I may have some more questions later. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robert. Is there any other member of the public who would like to speak to the project?
Yes, my name is Alex Peroni. I'm with AP Asset Management. I live in the city of Calexico. I've seen a little of this project. I'm pretty excited. I like the part of affordable housing, and I've had an opportunity to talk to the developer, and they've considered pricing, when we talk about affordable housing, $170,000, $180,000, and with today's market, that is something very affordable for our community. Something else that also brings a lot of interest to me on this project is a lot of the concepts as we go around the world. They're providing housing near industrial parks. Makes it easy to be near where you're employed, so it gives access to the employees. And today's price of gas, if you're nearby your work, that's a plus. Also, the economic development that will be created by this project, and we talk about economic development in Imperial County. This is a great opportunity. We need to really look south of the port of entry, on the east port of entry, and you'll see how Mexicali is growing, and Mexicali and their industrial and their commercial around that area, and we need to follow them because we really draw upon a lot of the work they provide for the Imperial County. I see there's a lot of housing going up, a lot of industrial. We look across, we see Mirage, they build air conditionings, we see Bosch. So these are major plants creating a lot of jobs for their community. So I think a lot of times we should be duplicating the same thing on our side of the border. So I'm very in support of this project as being a Calexico native, and Calexico wanting, always looking to grow on the east. This will be a big opportunity for us, and again, the economic development, the employment, that this project will be a plus for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that has any questions or comments on the proposed project?
Good evening. My name is Eric Rice, and I'm the property owner on the south edge of this. I guess I front about half that frontage, almost half a mile. I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to be a real asset to our area. My land is all commercial or industrial, but I get a lot of requests from people wanting to know if they can buy a piece to put a house on. And I know the interest is out there, and I think this will be very successful and go well. My only concern I have at this point is a matter of water up there. It's my understanding at this point the plan is to bring water up Menville Road under Highway 98. I believe that they're supposed to have a loop up there and have two sources of water. So I'm wondering why it's not planned to go under Highway 98 at Rice Road also, which would be two logical places for this. I know this is early in the planning. I'm sure these need to be addressed. But that's one I think needs to be taken care of early. We need to be sure that we have the two sources of water, which I understand is required. And beyond that, it's a good project. We're looking forward to working with them and being good neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone have any answers on the two sources of water in Rice Road versus Menville Road at this time?
Yes, Mr. Rice refers to the Procalamos industrial project that was approved recently. And the water on Rice Road does currently just stop at the north right away of Highway 98. It will be extended, it needs to be extended to connect to a future water line on Rice Road to the south of Highway 98. So that is the intent, to loop the system up through Rice Road and through Menville Road.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments by the public on the project?
Nobody else? My name is Sky Ainsworth, I live in El Centro. I have a prepared statement. A new housing project, or new housing development project of a couple hundred homes have been proposed for Calexico's second port of entry. The only real question I can ask is, why? With the recent housing woes across the nation, and in particular here in the Imperial Valley, why add to the troubles created by other communities adding housing projects to their pre-existing and outdated infrastructures? Strangely enough, I could find no information online about Calexico's housing sales or the number of vacant homes, like I could for El Centro and Calapat. What I could find included, 1, the median income per household is $28,000 a year. And the median income per family is $30,000 a year. Males' median income, $27,000. Females, $18,000. 22.6% of the population, 25.7% of the families, live below the poverty line. Who will afford these new homes, and who will want to move into a community of financially desperate people? 2, the poverty rate in Calexico, when compared nationally as a border city, is above average. In contrast, Mexicali is considered prosperous by Mexican standards. I do not wish to insult Mexico, Mexicali, or any of its citizens, but we know crime, corruption, and even organized crime exists both in the United States and Mexico. Due to its proximity to the border, you are creating a situation for smuggling of both drugs and people. 3, amongst Calexico's children, 30.8% live below the poverty line, and of that, 17.3% of the females aged 14 to 18 are pregnant. This is the third highest teen pregnancy rate in the nation. 22% of households have a female head only. And when you add in that demographically, for every 100 women, there are around 80 men, something very wrong seems to be present. I have these questions and observations. 1, what kind of society currently exists within Calexico? 2, who is currently enjoying prosperity within Calexico? Who is suffering decline? 3, who has proposed this housing project? Why? Has research been conducted into the current housing situation in Imperial County and what effect adding more homes will have? 4, what sort of assurances will there be that the problems that Calexico currently has, because of its proximity to the port of entry, i.e. people sneaking across the border, smugglers using property as safe houses, traffic congestion, road maintenance, etc.,